People, Deluded Gooner here to talk about a touchy subject that we've just come out of the winter period. There's been a lot of managers saying, in the winter period, should we introduce a break? Jose's had his comments, Wenger's had his comments, Klopp has said, how do you prepare your side for this? Pochettino's been outspoken in the past, Ferguson's been outspoken in the past, Pulis, Big Sam, just about anyone on all ends of the spectrum in the Premier League has had their two pence, if you like, in regards to this. Personally, I don't believe there should be a winter break in the Premier League, purely because we're unique already in the sense that 9 out of 10 days, any side can beat any side in the Premier League. And you know that in the winter period, that is the period that you need to come out of to win the league. August. I'm an Arsenal fan. You can banter us, you can say what you want about us not winning the league. But in August, what are you looking at? You're looking at your games in November, December. United, if you're a United fan, you're doing the same. Chelsea, if you're doing the same. Liverpool, whatever side, you're doing the same. And in addition to that, you're seeing what your rivals are doing. That creates excitement. We're like, what's Spurs doing? Who have Chelsea got? Who have United got? Who have we got? Can we get through this? You're seeing the constant chop and change at the top. I mean, look at it. Before we went into that period, Arsenal were on top. We lost two during it. We were nearing about up around there. We lost two games in a week, and we slipped out. Do you know how exciting that is? Let's take it from a neutral point of view. Do you know how exciting a league like that happens? As we know, the December period is the period you've got to just get results. Basically, your squad is going to be stretched. Your squad's going to be stretched. Fatigue is going to set in, and things like that. So, it's exciting. Like that is the period. I will say firstly this: managers. I'm not an idiot. I know that you can't factor in account for some of these injuries. But in August, like I said, you're looking at your fixture list at the end of the year, beginning of next year, and you're looking. It's time for nitty and gritty. So invest adequately. Have the bodies. Don't be in a position where you moan, where you don't, and then you moan because you can't get players on loan or you can't sign who you want, and then you're moaning. Don't do that. Like, why would you do that? There's just no need for that. And on top of that, going on from my previous point. We all like to. What is the point we all say when we're looking at the Prem? We all say it's about the December period. It's about staying amongst the pack. Again, that creates excitement. Like, what else is there to say, man? This just can't go. I have sympathy for managers, particularly of the smaller clubs, because you look at it a couple of years ago. Forgive me for my not being able to pinpoint where it was, but I believe we beat Sunderland 3-1 in the FA Cup. Couple of days later, they had two crucial away games away from home. Travelled about 1,000 plus miles. As you know, players take 3 or 4 days to rest. That's about six games in a quick period. I feel sorry for them. That's stretching their side. And then you look at their rivals. Like Sunderland were fighting relegation. You look at their rivals. If their rivals had less time off and things like that, all of that can make the difference in May. And when you look at it, that was before the winter period. They had 3 crucial away games in the winter period. So that is deep. I mean, I think there was a stat this year. Chelsea have had the most break between games in that period, and Southampton the least. So it is a bit unfair when you look at that and you say it's unfair. But look at it this way: Chelsea. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But Chelsea, when they lost to Spurs the other day, they had 1 day's more rest than Spurs. It didn't look like that. Bournemouth was a game that we should be winning. Bournemouth had a day's extra rest, and you could see it again. You could see it versus us. It's not an excuse, but you could see it. It just gives points to talk about. I don't believe, like I said, that ties back into my previous point about investing adequately. If you know people are going to be tired, and you know it's a period where you can't keep playing players because there's a risk of injury and fatigue and things like that, invest properly. Again, as an Arsenal fan, not to go against it again, the winter period's affected us because, we've lost Mustafi for a period, we've lost Bellerin for a period, players like Perez for periods, but this just makes the Premier League exciting. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm a big fan of the winter period. We all like to go to games on Boxing Day and New Year's. What other league has that? Spain don't have that. Germany don't have that. This is our national treasure. Stop trying to be like other leagues and just keep it for us. Jose had a good point, but I don't agree with it. But he gave an alternative thinking. He said he's a big fan of the winter period. Get through that and have a break in January. And he wants to get rid of Cup replays. Not a fan of that either. That's a better idea rather than get rid of the break. But I still don't think you need a break. So yeah, in conclusion, there's just no need for a winter break. I mean, every time England go out of any international tournament, like next year's the World Cup, there's no international break. You can guarantee if England went out in the groups or wherever they wasn't deemed to get through, say should we bring in a winter break? It's easy to point to that. The last two World Cup winners, Germany and Spain, both have winter breaks. Sorry. We don't have that, but there's fundamental problems as to why they have had that success and England haven't. I'm not going to go into it. We all know about player development and certain things like that which England haven't done adequately. So the winter break needs to stay. There's no need to get rid of replays. Invest in your squad managers. Rotate properly where you can. I'm not an idiot. I know it's hard to replay. Rotate sides, especially when you're winning. You don't want to change your winning side, or when you're not doing well, you don't want to make too many changes. So it is hard, and it does provide a conundrum, and it's not as easy as just investing in August, like I said. But you know the fixture list, you know the period's coming. You've got a plan. You can't build your house on the sand and then complain when it gets wet and doesn't work anymore. Like I'm tired of seeing managers criticize the break. Like a break is not going to come in anytime soon. I think the earliest it can come in 2019-20 when the Premier League TV rights deal ends. Obviously the festive period games are coming thick and fast. Like I keep saying, there's games almost every day. Live TV games. Are the PL already? They already just care about finances. Are they really gonna forfeit the potential finances to bring a break in? They'd have to be compensated by the FA. Not only that, the FA, the Football League, and the Premier League would all have to agree on a break and on how they're going to do this. So it is a bit of a conundrum. It is a very hard one. I don't know how it would happen, but 2019-20 is the easiest it could possibly happen. I can't see it coming into play. I don't think it should be into play. Like I just don't think there should be a winter break. You need to protect the sovereignty of the Premier League, and I think I saw an autograph. What am I talking about? An article on Twitter, I believe, and coincidentally when I was researching for this, and I think it said we could actually have more games in the winter period next year than this year. I think it was about 4 or 5 this year. It could probably end up being 6 next year. It's only draft, so it's nothing's in stone. But that just gives you food for thought, should I say? Especially when you factor in next year is a World Cup year. So I don't know what is going to happen there. Increases the risk of injuries to certain players and things like that. But there's just no need, people. There's no need for a winter break. There's no need. I've seen a lot of you have hit me up on Twitter about what you think. Keep hitting me up. Follow me on Twitter, Deluded Gooner 04. All of my social networking's Deluded Gooner 04. Snapchat DGooner 04. Hit me up, follow me, man. Let's just keep this football community thing going, man. Thank you for taking the time to obviously watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I brought some thought-provoking things to you. Thank you. Like I said, I'm out.